Welcome back to another unit of Visual 3D Basics. In this unit, we are going to be picking up our conversation on modeling in Visual 3D again. So in the first unit of Visual 3D Basics, we focused on creating a model of the lower body. So pelvis, thigh, shank for right and left sides. It was an introduction to modeling in Visual 3D. It showed you some key features, and hopefully you're able to start developing your own biomechanical models using these principles. However, as you probably noticed, there is quite a bit more to creating models in Visual 3D. And if you check out Visual 3D principles and Visual 3D tools, you see we have an extensive number of tutorials on how to create these biomechanical models. Here in Visual 3D Basics, we wanted to run through several steps in defining other segments, specifically of the upper body. Now, keep in mind that what we are about to show you is not necessarily the best, the only, or the ideal method for you. In fact, if you send us an email and ask us what is the best upper body model, we will always tell you it depends, because it really does. Depends what you're trying to do, what equipment you have to capture the data, and ultimately what your goals are for the workflow and delivering that data to whoever it is you are delivering it to, whether it be an orthopedic surgeon or as part of a peer-reviewed research paper. This all matters. How quickly you need to be able to place the markers and run through your Visual 3D pipeline also matters. So we are showing you some upper body modeling, mostly to highlight various features in Visual 3D. And we are going to do that by starting to define our thorax, and then we're going to define our elbow joint, and we'll also define our elbow joint with our upper arm and forearm, and we will also define the head so that we can calculate the cervical joint angle. But beyond that, what you will notice in this unit is we're going to be using landmarks quite a bit more. In Visual 3D, landmarks are specific points that are defined from other points in space. So you're going to see a few different ways that we can do this. And beyond just showing you some techniques for defining the upper body, it could also give you ideas of landmarks that you might be interested in creating for whatever it is you are trying to model in your lab. So make sure that the concept of landmarks is clear as we go through all of the steps to define them and use them in a segment definition. And keep in mind that we are introducing these concepts. We aren't going into extensive detail on any of them, as that is something that is covered much more in the Visual 3D Expert Builder series and throughout the Visual 3D Tools and Visual 3D Principles tutorial series. In the next chapter, the first thing we're going to tackle is the elbow joint definition.